Before you begin this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and let's begin. Okay, so this is me being cozy. So I'm going to read Shadow and Bone, the first one of the trilogy by Leah Bardugo. It is New York Times bestseller. So I've read this series, whole 7 books, till the Rule of the Wolves. So basically, like everyone else, okay. So I finished the first chapter. It is kind of like prologue, but it is titled before. Here in the first chapter, we are in a duke's state, home for orphan children, and there are 2 characters introduced here, a boy and a girl. So the boy was short, stocky, shy, but always smiling. The girl was different, and she knew it. 2 characters. And the girl was always pushed around, like all the staff were like looking at her and saying that how she is different, how she is like, here's one sentence called parents roll like glass of milk tractor. Now, the boy asks, why don't you eat? The girl says, everything tastes like mud. Then the boy replies, it tastes fine to me. In the second page of the part of the first chapter, we are introduced to Grisha. 3 figures. They come to their school in Villankefta. One is Villankefta is like a coat made of wool, and the colors are crimson, dark blue, and purple. 3 orders, 3 colors. When they see the Grisha, they hid and try to listen. What happened? What are they talking about? Then when they're discussing about the boy and the girl, the fabricator, the purple one, says that they are listening to the every word we are saying. Now, here the mistress or the teacher of the house, whose name is Anna Koya, she shouts, Alina Starkov, Marin Ostrov, come down here at once. These are the two characters who are important to this entire series. Here it all begins with Alina and Mel. Now, Mel, like a popular saying in other regions like Fiat especially, they call Grisha witches unnatural. So it is something we don't hear in Ravka, their country. They are respected here. Grishas are respected. They are soldiers. They are part of king's army. So saying that they are witches is kind of insult to them. Then the red woman in red, he crouched down to Melanina and says, we are not witches. We are practitioners of small science. We keep this country and kingdom safe. So they are like soldiers to the king. Then, because Mel was still suspicious of them, the purple robe Kifta guy says to Mel that what do you call when the leaves change color, or if you cut your hand and it heals, do you call it magic or do you call it science? When we put water to boil, is it magic? Now, rhetorically, the woman in red says anyone can boil water, but very few little can master small science. So here Grecians are the practitioners of small science. They are trying to help the kingdom by doing that. And now, Mel wanted to know what would happen if they are chosen to go to if they are chosen as Grisha, if they have that talent, what will happen? So he learned that they will go to a very special school for training, and they will receive finer food, clothes and everything. And as they were discussing, Alina reaches for Mel's hand and clasped it. Then they looked at each other, communicating, which no one else understood. Here we see she reaches for his hand. How this is significant, we'll soon know as we progress further into the story. Now, I'm going to read the second chapter, go through some chapters, and then I'm going to discuss that. Okay. Let's see how much I can read today. Maybe I'll tell you what happens next in the book. And also, I'll go through this beautiful, I've got this book and this is bonus material. I've got some bonus material here. This is, I think, letters from Mel to Alina. Okay, and let's get reading. Hey guys, this is day 3 of me reading Saturn Bones. So here's the update. I am on, I think, chapter 6 or 7 right now, and that's happened in the book. Mal and Alina try to cross the shadow fold, otherwise here known as Unsea, and then they got attacked by Volkera on chapter 2, that is, and chapter 3 it's all about she and Mal are. Hey guys, so this has been the day 3 of reading Shadow and Bones, and here's what happened. Just let me give you a quick recap. So we are introduced to Mel and Alina again in the first chapter. Now Mel is a soldier, a tracker in the First Army, and Alina too is in the First Army as a map maker, a cartographer. They are here in Polynesia, the military base, and they are trying to cross into Oscorvo to Novorossiysk. Sorry, I butchered that name, but yeah. And on dry sand skiff, there's a place called Shadowfall where no light enters, and we come to know that there are monsters called Volkera, and Alina basically is very much afraid to cross the fold. So, on the first one, we are introduced to both of them. They are talking about crossing the fold the next day, and she says that she's afraid. What if they don't make it? And Mal says they will. And here is a line where he says that I'll buy you covers. It's kind of drink there. So she asks, is Dobrov buying? Then Dobrov is Mal's unit. Mal is a tracker in the First Army. And he said, Mal then replies, just you and me. Alina was shocked, surprised, and she says, really? And then Mal says, it's always just you and me, Alina. Okay, now we come to the second chapter when we are introduced to the other character like Alexei and other, and they are also everyone in unit, Alina's unit, a cartographer, and they are entering the fold. And it is here they are introduced to Grisha, the many orders, and they are scholars. They are preparing to provide air. They manipulate the air pressure so to fill the skip's sails with air so that they can cross the fold. Then there are Inferni there to protect them from Volkera. Now what happened then? Their plans gone wrong. Volkera attacked when they are in the fold. Now after that there is a scene here where Mel get injured. Alina tried to protect him but she fails, and Mel says, I'll meet you in the meadow. This is a significant line, the meadow, because this is where they raised. They used to run together to the meadow in the Crimson, the orphanage they are raised, and it is a place that belonged to both of them. Next chapter, we saw Alina was tested by the Darkling for her powers. Now here Darkling is introduced, and she remember her friend Eva Cullen. He is not natural. None of them are. They are talking about Grisha. Now Mal here tried to protect Alina from Darkling, knowing Darkling's reputation that she is going to be in trouble if Darkling knows that she is different. So he didn't admit it that he saw anything. But other cartographer actually know that they are suggesting that she is the legendary sun summoner. And everyone is laughing because for them it is impossible to have a sun summoner. It was kind of myth, a legend among Grisha, one of the most powerful order of summoners. Now the Darkling says that he knows that Mel saw something, so he asked Mel what did he saw. So Mel protected Alina here and said that Alina isn't Grisha, and that they are from same village. If she was something different, then he was the first one to know. And then Darkling just called her there and tried to call her power out, because Darkling is a living amplifier. First she pushes it down, but then Darkling cuts her with a knife, and she was surrounded by white light. This happened, and Darkling took her from Mel, from that place, and started to take her towards the little palace. And she kept shouting that she isn't a Grisha, she is just a matchmaker. Imagine that. Afterwards, we come to know why she was afraid of Darkling. There are many stories that he treats his prisoners very badly. He seals shut mouth of a prisoner because he betrayed Darkling. Now, we see here that she got attacked on the way to the little palace. And it was a Fierdan. Fierdans are another nation that hates Grisha. They think they are not natural, they are witches. And in this chapter, she also comes to know about amplifiers that magnifies the Grisha power, and also that the Darkling is one living amplifier. So here Darkling saves Alina. He uses the cut and then took Alina towards the little palace. Well, let's see how much I can finish till the night, and I will see if I can finish the book today, and I will get all the reviews out. So we are at day 3 of reading, and I'm at page 207 right now. So this is what happened so far. She met Zoya, and Zoya insulted her. Now she also met Pagra, who is sorry, I'm actually recording it at night and I'm sleepy after a day's work, but I managed to read it this much. So she met Pagra and other of her teacher, Botkin, who is the instructor in combat. Now she and Darkling got closer, and Darkling actually kissed her. She misses Mal, and she tried to get her letters to Mal through and tasked Genya. She's only friend in the palace for her. Genya is a tailor that she can actually change appearances. She tasked Genya to find Mal, and they had this. She finally admits to Baghdad that she misses Mal, and then she can never go back to him right now because she is very different. She's a Grisha and he is a normal person, right? And so then now she can actually summon her powers on will, but since Darkling is intended to destroy the fold using Alina's magic, the sun magic, she cannot until she have a very special thing called an amplifier, which actually does what the name suggests. It amplifies the power of a Grisha. So she will need an amplifier to amplify her powers enough to able to destroy the shadow fold. Now for this, Darkling thinks that she needs a special one called Morzova's stag. Now Mal is tasked to bring out that bring that stag to Alina and the Darkling. And the chapter 15. No, chapter 14. Chapter 14, Mal and Alina finally met again at the little palace, and Mal is not happy. I think he's jealous because he saw her with the Darkling. Apparently she was happy, and he thought that they are together or something like that. So he got jealous. They fight, and then Mal goes on and Alina returns to her room where Baghra finds her, and she tells him that this is a real spoiler, sorry. Darkling is actually Baghra's son. He is the black heretic who actually created the fold, and now he intends to get Alina's power or control her power somehow, to use the shadow fold as a weapon to threaten Fierda and Suhan, probably expending that shadow fold with help of Alina. So Baghra told her that the fold was no mistake and it was not created as a mistake by Black Heretic at the first place. So the Black Heretic was considered to be Darkling's ancestor who has created the fold, but Dark Heretic was actually the Darkling himself. So this is what we find out here is the Volkera, the monster in the shadow fold, are actually men and women once who become victim to Darkling's power and get converted into the monster. And the Volkera's threat to Darkling is a curse against him who keeps him from getting to use the power of the fold to its full extent. So this is the story till now. Let's see. I think I can finish this by tomorrow. Yeah, it will be done by tomorrow. And then see how the book goes. Okay. Let's see. Let's read it. So, day 5 today, and I have completed the book. And yeah, it's good. It's readable. There are some very good scenes out there. You can actually visualize the scenes happening. That's a good thing about reading book. Now, this ends when Mal and Alina runs away from the Darkling and the little palace, and Alina actually thought that Darkling is not following them or cannot find them because they are going to change how they look or how what their names are, or they will probably move to a very different place outside of Ravka because Baghra paid for the passage to Kersh. Now, the book where I stopped last time is where Alina runs away from the little palace because Baghra revealed Darkling past to her, and then she met Mal while on the run, and he also deserts the first army to be with her. And there's a very interesting scene here where they kiss right before they discovered the Morozova's stag. Yes, the one that was supposed to be amplifier for Alina. Now, here it happens that Darkling actually caught up to them. He actually gets the stag's antlers and give it to her so that he can control her powers accordingly. Now when they go to the fold, he captures Mal and uses him as a leverage against Alina, and he threatens her that he will kill him the next day when they enter the fold. So Alina was unable to do anything because the Darkling was too powerful, and the amplifier that he put on her neck was something she cannot ignore, something she cannot let go of or cannot fight its power. But then she realized that the amplifier was meant for her. So when the amplifiers are took in Grisha world, the animals are needed to be killed. So in order to obtain the stag, she needed to kill the stag, but she didn't. And then she realized that stag actually let her take his powers, and they are connected in life rather than in death. So she controls the amplifier's power at the last, and she fled from Oscorvo, Novokirbysk. And here what happens, that when Darkling and other Grishas are going through the fold, he's not actually going to destroy the fold. As Baghra has said, he actually expanded the fold. He expanded the fold with the help of Alina's power and consumed the village of Novokirbysk. So, where it is significant, the village? The village is where Zoya's aunt used to live. So she was supporter of Darkling, but after this event, she turns against him. And also Alina took Mal and they escape, leaving Darkling in the dark. So they don't know. At the end of the book, they think Darkling is dead and they are free. But as much as we know, there are 2 more books. So if Darkling is actually dead, there wouldn't be 2 more, would it? By now, I think yes, it is a good book, a good read, and we can actually go through the story, fast moving, fast paced. Only thing that I don't like in this is Alina is too much trusting of people. Like, she can't get Mal, she get angry and she goes to Darkling. Why? And she trusts Genia. Oh yes, Genia, the one she trusted her letters with. She doesn't let the letters get to Mal. It gets to Darkling. So yes, you cannot trust anyone in this book. I don't know why she is trusting everyone all of a sudden. This is it. First book is complete. Let's see what the second and third book holds. I'll try to finish them as soon as possible and let you know. Thank you for watching, and subscribe my channel for more interesting videos about many other books that I'm planning to read. Thank you. Have a nice day.